welcome to the first update of the last episode of Adventura Italia, and you can see there's been one more quite large addition to the skyline over there in the form of a B&M sit-down floorless coaster. This is the last coaster in the park, the last edition. I'll still got the backstage area to do and a few other touch-up bits around the park, but yeah, this is it. Theme this ride and we're done. So I'll take you through the layout. It's inspired by Hulk, obviously, Islands of Adventure in Orlando. But a little bit of Hydra as well, which is another B&M sit down. So it comes out the station here. Obviously got this, I don't know whether you call it a Hotline roll or a JoJo roll, like Hydra. Goes around it nice and slow and into the lift hill, which isn't very fast because they aren't ever particularly fast on B&Ms. But it goes up into drop because this is a newer style of B&M as well. It doesn't need the pre-drop section. Really snappy drop round. It's the second inversion. It's like a really oversized Immelman. And to the Cobra roll, I'm thinking of redoing this Cobra roll custom because this is just the game's prefab one. So it does look a bit weird, it all just being one piece of track and there's no bolts in it, but also it like levels out. It doesn't level out for enough time. This in real life would switch around a lot faster and be a bit wider, the element as well, so I think I might do that custom. Anyway, from there it goes down into these trenches, which is where you enter the area. So there's a really nice framing point for when you enter the area. Into these custom trenches, into this other version, which is kind of like a Cobra, not a Cobra roll, corkscrew almost, under the maintenance area and into this block section and down into the interlocking corkscrews, obviously inspiration from Hulk and like quite a few other B&Ms like Kumba, Busch Gardens Tampa. Goes round here, one final helix and into the brake run, which is angled as well, like some B&Ms do. This is just to, they don't have to use the brakes as much because it's angled. It can make it into the rest of the brake section a bit easier because it's like tilted down, so it just takes the stress off the track and the brakes, which obviously the brakes will be the part of the track that will wear down the most over time. So yeah, that's it for this first update. I'll get back to you once I've added some theming and started the maintenance area. So this is update 2. As you can see, the coaster is fully completed now. I've done all the custom supporting, so as you can see, the roll here comes around the corner up the lift hill, which is custom supported. I really like how B&M do their custom supported lift hills. Or not, you know what I mean? How instead of doing like the normal in-game supports where there's just one every like couple of meters, they create these like triangle supports on it, especially on the newer hypers now. They haven't really made a sit down coaster in a while. So I really like the way that they do these, and they just go into these much bigger concrete foundations there as well. So it comes around the lift hill, support's coming off the side here. Obviously the direction of the support is where the main stress is going to be going, so as this corner's turning quite sharply right, the stress is going to go left, so that's what these supports are here for. Around the corner, up into the first inversion, which you can see is custom supported around the path for the ride. Obviously there's the cover there as well. Quite a lot of supports around this part because it'd be quite a high stress area track, and then not a lot around the top part because it's a quite a low stress area. Down into the cobra roll, which I've completely redone. As you can see, it's not all of the in-game piece now, it's all separate pieces that I've done 4 meter method, and then done the auto-complete like I showed in my How to Smooth video. And then I've added other custom supporting in as well. I've added this concrete trench with the arrows in, just some sort of like stylistic choice that I've kind of gone for with this ride. A bit more of like an industrialish area. And it does this inversion down here underneath the transfer track area, which I've made all the inside of here all concrete there as well. Then into the block section, which I've added the spiral staircase. I've just copied that one over from the wooden coaster. And then all the custom support around here for the interlocking corkscrews, dips down into this part here and then back into the brake run. As you can see, I've gone and put all the fencing in. I've tested this against obviously the size of real people. This fencing here is just fine for near the ride area, and then obviously the higher speed parts get the double size. I'm going to go and put the don't die fencing around this part as well, just to make sure no one can get into it. I've added the actual queue area, which is going to go around, but the thing that I've managed to get with this ride is that while the main queue doesn't contain any stairs, so that it'll work okay for wheelchairs, the exit queue does contain stairs. So what I'm going to do is, same with the wooden coaster, I'm going to put a lift in here and it'll have to just cross over through the queue and then down to out here to a little gate. And it's a bit of a faffy workaround, but it's the only way I can get it to work with how I've positioned the track around the station. I've done the inside of the station as well, with putting the ride staff in and then blocked out all of the fences just to make it look a bit nicer. And yeah, that's it. Need to add lockers for this ride because B&M's, especially if you look at Hulk and Arms of Adventure, because of how much it interacts with the path in, it will have to have metal detection before you go on. Got all the maintenance area that I've done down here as well. Piece of track, forklift truck with a few people working on that. Just general bits of clutter, the office building, more vehicles, and then connected to that road out of the island. And then this road connects down here as well, with an entrance to it there and by the Intimate Blitz coaster, just so all the areas of the island have access to this maintenance path, bringing you to the main maintenance area.